Hi, I'm Jessica Vallada, a risk and compliance solutions consultant with Protecht. I'm joined by my colleague, Jared Siddle, who is a former financial services CRO and is now the VP of Risk and Advisory here at Protecht. Today, we're going to demonstrate how Protecht ERM brings risk appetite to life.
At the heart of risk management is risk appetite. It's the amount of risk you're willing to accept in pursuit of your objectives. These statements are agreed by a board of directors and supported by metrics such as key performance indicators and key risk indicators that are used to measure risk tolerances and risk triggers.
Right now, we're going to look at a compliance dashboard in Protecht ERM that looks into the specifics of the BSA and AML regulations. And this dashboard that you're looking at now, like all of our dashboards in Protecht ERM, was built on the concept we call compliance in motion, which really just emphasizes the dynamic nature of regulatory compliance, how it's always changing, and how we really need to have the most up-to-date information. So as you can see, Protecht ERM aggregates all information about the regulations you are tracking in one place. So you get that comprehensive and up-to-date view of your compliance program from one dashboard. Now, Jared, as a former CRO, I'm sure you have a lot of experience dealing with compliance management and specifically how it relates to an organization's risk appetite. So why don't you tell me what in this report really stands out to you as critical information for risk and compliance professionals?
Thanks, Jess. I think typically a bank has a low to very low risk appetite to threats and opportunities associated with compliance with laws, regulations, interagency agreements, and policies. So there's three things I'd highlight from this report. In the top left-hand corner, you have high inherent risk. So AML is a high-profile regulatory requirement with high fines and significant reputational damage for failure to comply. The board has a low tolerance to be non-compliant. The residual heat map highlights and illustrates the typical or worst-case risks, and that these are all low in this instance. Secondly, there are no red KRIs, which were at the top of the report, which would indicate a requirement for management to immediately deal with an action to bring the risk within tolerance. When we look below and we look at some of the risk indicators, you can see that those are being tracked over time, includes suspicious activity reports, escalated to senior management, and secondly, the number of blocked accounts. Increases in both metrics may highlight a change in client risk, which would warrant further investigation or changes to products and services or distribution. For example, selling into high-risk countries, which would be outside risk appetite and may need to be changed. We have the red, amber, green tracking to indicate the metrics with regards to their tolerances or triggers. And here you can also see the period over time, the actual changes that have taken place.
Yeah, that graph is very, very helpful in kind of seeing really how the program has improved, how there were issues earlier on, but how we are now trending in the right direction.
Yeah, it shows that management took action to get them within appetite again, so that they're now rated on a green basis. Thirdly, we then have a look at other areas. So incidents and compliance breaches are a good feedback in terms of how the program is operating. There is also then issues and findings that may come around from either the finance group or internal audit, which also can be helpful as feedback around how the controls are operating in the BSA AML place. And finally, we have actions, and actions, how they're being addressed, whether they're quickly being addressed, and that will give an indication of the culture of the organisation to make sure that compliance for BSA AML is being addressed overall.
Thank you very much, Jared, for your insights. They've been very helpful. And thank you all for joining us. We hope you found this brief demo a useful glimpse into the power of Protecht ERM. At Protecht, we empower our customers to engage in smarter risk-taking to drive their resilience and sustainable success. To find out more about what we do and how we can help your organization, please visit us at protechtgroup.com.